Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Natural Resource Board of Tuesday, July 5th. If we could, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I have roll call, please?
Yes. Ms. Callahan?
Present.
Ms. Lovell?
Present.
Dr. Mosblick?
Present.
Mr. Stadelman?
I'm present.
Ms. Ware?
Present.
And Mr. Carano?
Present.
Thank you.
Great. Glad to see everybody here. Can we get a motion for approval of minutes from the May 3rd, 2022 meeting?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting. And I second, Donna.
And can we get an aye to move the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Any same sign to disapprove?
There's one, Valenzuela was unexcused. And that's it, sorry.
Okay, motion to approve the minutes for May 3rd, 2022 is approved. And we'll move on to item 5, announcements. Item A, Treasure Coast Waterway Cleanup on Saturday, July 23rd, 2022. And Ms. Kim, do
Sure.
you want to speak on that?
This is an event that we host every year. We host a location for it. Just want to make sure that everyone signs up online. So it's not telling me that you want to go. You have to sign up online, register online, and your team name is NRB board. Just put NRB board so that they know where you are. And our location is the Main Street boat ramp. There are other locations, so anyone at home that's interested in joining, it's the www.tcwaterwaycleanup.com, and you can register. You don't have to have a boat, but if you have a boat, you can register that, and they'll give you a flag for your boat. Everyone that registers gets a t-shirt, and they'll arrive here next week for me to pass out to everyone. And I'll also have them on site. And again, just like last year, we'll have the tablet on hand so we can register people as they pull up. Because a lot of people were coming to go out for the day on the boat. And then they were like, oh, we'll sign up. And we signed them up. And also this year, we have a bunch of those mesh bags. So we can give everyone with a boat, we can let them keep a mesh bag so they can use it every time they go out. I just want to make sure that even the members that are available for the cleanup on Saturday that's Saturday, July 23rd, it's from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It doesn't mean you have to clean up the whole time. Just at some point during that time, come and register. I'm going to stay at the dock, and just like always, we weigh the garbage before we put it into the dumpster, and last year we had an obscene amount of garbage. It really takes two of us really to stay there and just weigh all the stuff as it starts coming in. And it'll come in all the way up to 12:30, 1:30, I think, where we're still there measuring garbage. So I just encourage everyone to sign up and just make sure. I think I gave you all the flyers, QR code too. If anyone would like any more copies of the flyers to get out, let me know.
Does anybody have any comments they want to add right there? I don't know if you guys have ever done it. It is a lot of fun. There is a lot of sponsorships for this. You can also clean up throughout the week from Saturday, July 16th through Sunday, July 24th. So even though we're there that day, you can do it through the whole week. And again, register at tcwaterwaycleanup.com. Register and come help pick up some garbage.
If you want to join the Natural Resources Board, our location is the Main Street Boat Ramp.
And our location is the Main Street Boat Ramp, so we will be there. Okay, let's move on. If there's no other comment on that, we'll move on to item B. We have a city-awarded Indian River Lagoon Council grant for Tulip Pond low-income development project.
Yep, I
Oh,
did
well-
send notice that we
mean
were
that.
awarded that grant. I was watching the Lagoon Council meeting when they listed it. And I saw we made the cut for the top 6 projects, so it's pretty exciting. This is if you're familiar with the Tulip Pond, this is a restoration project that includes installing the fountain, which is per our IPM plan, is it reduces invasive plants, algae, and it reduces the muck just by oxygenating the soil. We'll break down that muck, so then we don't have to excavate it and damage all the good stuff that's in there. And we're gonna add vegetation, littoral, shoreline, and trees, upland vegetation. We have a great plan. We're working with Karen Miller, that's our new city engineer. And also, since she's here in the audience, I'll announce Felicia Gordian. That's, if you're familiar with Gil Gordian, it's his daughter. She's a recent graduate of UCF in environmental science. And she attended a meeting, and I just kind of roped her in. Now she's interning with us right now, and she's going to be helping lead on this project and some other great NRB things. And right now we're working on our green infrastructure plan we've been wanting to do, and she's been a great help with that. So I think the very next meeting, once our scope of work is approved and finalized with Lagoon Council, Felicia will be doing a presentation on that project with more details. All right?
Great, it's great infrastructure for city of Sebastian and something that'll be around for a very, very long time. And I said low income, I meant, it's low impact.
Right, this is,
Right,
goes
not
with low
low
impact
income.
development, green
Right.
infrastructure. So the idea is that it serves as a demonstration project for developers, and then also for the stormwater fee credit program, where commercial property owners can get credit for maintaining some of these BMPs.
Nice.
So a large element of this project is also education. So we'll have signage, there'll be a website, there'll be a lot of materials that go along with that, a grand opening, we'll pass out native seeds. So and it's a very volunteer-driven event. We have the commitment of University of Florida Master Gardeners will be assisting too. But look for some planting events in the future.
Does this count for adding trees for our Tree City designation? And also, have you connected it back to the guy who came and presented from
Audubon Society.
Audubon, right?
With 1,000 trees.
Yes.
He actually has a bunch of Dahoon holly right now, if anyone's interested. Really good size Dahoon holly, but yes, we'll be working with Dr. Baker.
So do you have a time or date for this yet, as far as when we're gonna?
At this point, it's in a holding pattern because the first thing we have to do is put in the fountain, before you do the plantings. So, and the fountain is waiting on FP&L, which is going through with all the power lines. They're installing power to that area, so that's why this whole project can happen. And so I saw them out doing something right on that street, right near that pond today, so hopefully that'll be soon. The power will be available, and then everything will start after that. But it's basically on a one-year time plan. It's all outlined in the scope of work, and I'll include it in the agendas for the next meeting. And Felicia will give a presentation. We'll hash out details. We're excited.
All right.
It's exciting.
And it also sounds like some of the ideas from the integrated pest management are going to be on display there too.
Absolutely.
So you got stormwater, IPM, a little bit of everything.
So everything's
One
coming together,
project.
all the things, all the LID that we put into the comp plan, all of the recommendations from our IPM plan, and then all the screen infrastructure that we've, from the workshop, all of those elements are going in, and then our stormwater fee credit, and now it's rolling into the stormwater master plan is being worked on right now. And all these elements are coming together, which is how it's supposed to be for sustainability, as that all these things are interacting and working together with the same goals. So this is our first project along those lines, so we're pretty excited.
And I think that was a big thing of what we're trying to accomplish right from the get-go, is to get everybody on the same page. Does anybody have any other comments on the Tulip grant? Anybody online that's participating? Jessica? Okay, if not at this time, we'll just keep moving along tonight. Item 6, public input. And is there any public input tonight? Okay. Anybody online by chance?
Nobody's raised their hand.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And we'll move on to item 7, new business. And, we're picking up the Litter Quitter program again. Let's relaunch the Litter Quitter program. Let's, recap the program and outline tasks required to move forward. Ms. Kim, do you have anything on that?
I'm going to start with, there was a training presentation, PowerPoint that we did a while ago, and it's been a long time, and a lot of our new members aren't familiar with it. So I thought I'd do a little recap. So I took some select slides from the training presentation. Thank you. So I took some select slides from the training presentation for Litter Quitter, and I'm just going to go over them, just kind of introduce the program, because it's been a while, and we just want to refresh. So we want to relaunch. We want to make sure that everyone understands the program, we're all on the same page, and we can start thinking about where we want to begin now. So what is Litter Quitter? So first of all, this program and these slides were created by them. Was started by Keep Our Beautiful. It was actually one of their interns that created this program. She's a brilliant girl. I'm sure she's on to great things already. And the Brevard Zoo was a partner on that. And so it was aimed at reducing the single-use plastics and marine debris by approaching local businesses, educating them, and giving them the resources. And then, it's a certification program with levels to it. And so the main goals are to eliminate, reduce single-use plastics, right? Encourage the reusable items, sustainable food sourcing, and countywide composting. The member benefits are each business receives, they get the window sticker to notify their customers. They also are allowed to use the logo. So if they redesign their menus, they can put the logo onto their menus. Promotional listings on the websites of program partners and social media spotlights. So Keep Brevard Beautiful's website, the Brevard Zoo's website, Keep Indian River Beautiful, who is our partner for it, and ours. We all have Litter Quitter sites, all will advertise these businesses and with an interactive map where you can select a Litter Quitter business. Mentions in press releases, group pricing discounts, which is like significant really, with Aardvark Eco Products and Edward Don and Company. Networking and education opportunities through sustainability summits. That's something Keep Brevard Beautiful hosted a couple years ago. That would be neat for us to look into doing something like working with, that's something we would do with the Chamber of Commerce. And an annually organized day of support to bring new customers to their business. And then they can include their certification in their Green Business Pledge, which is another Brevard initiative. So I apologize, they made these. So all of these initiatives don't mesh with things that we have in this county, but so how does the Litter Quitter work? There's a few components. One is the program partners. So like for them, the Brevard Zoo is a big funding for the materials and promotional. And so they do like a lot of the background work. They process applications, they reach out to businesses. They have a couple other smaller environmental groups that partner with them, like how we have the Keep Indian River Beautiful, that actually is managing the registration of volunteers and businesses separately from Keep Brevard Beautiful. The vendors, which give the discounts on the alternatives, the businesses, and then also the volunteers. So the volunteers are important because they are, like they say, secret shoppers. So they recruit the businesses, which may be, they may go out and speak to them as like a cold call, or it may be a lot of times people register on the site. You can register to nominate a business. So I actually called before when I first started here and nominated a local business that was just outstanding and with their sustainable practices. And then they went out and they sent a volunteer out to interview them and to certify them. So you can go to businesses on your own, or you can follow a lead where someone has already nominated a business. And then the other part is the renew. So the main criteria for the program for bronze, that's the lowest level, they call this the low-hanging fruit, is the ask for a straw policy. That means the service, you don't keep the straws out, right where the server automatically grabs them and puts them in every drink. It's an ask first policy, you don't automatically bring them out. And then there's also the so it's one of these, they don't have to do both. or they can switch to a sustainable straw option. A lot of places do with their specialty drinks that people want a straw in. They make like logoed plastic straws that are cool that you take home and reuse. And then encourage customers to use their own reusable straw, which a lot of places sell them on their counters or at the register when you walk in. And then there's silver is the next level. And again, you only have to do one of these things and then also one bronze, right? So you have to do one of those straw options and then you have to do one of these items. So switch plastic bags to paper bags, encourage customers to bring their own reusable bags, switch plastic utensils to a sustainable option. And then there's gold. And again, you have to do one of the gold items, one of the silver, and one of the bronze. And so the gold items, it's switch styrofoam cups to a sustainable option, switch to-go containers to a sustainable option, encourage customers to bring their own reusable to-go containers, deck netting for waterside businesses, which I think we've all agreed we would like to see mandatory on our waterfront. And then the program partners for the city of Sebastian, it's Keep In River Beautiful, and then also the Brevard Zoo and Keep Brevard Beautiful. And the current vendors, we have Cisco, Hofmaster, Eco Products, and Dawn. And they all have sustainable options, they all give discounts. And these are just some of the businesses that we have between here and Brevard. In Sebastian, we have Captain Hiram's, a coho, that's the one that I nominated because exceptionally sustainable business. I highly recommend checking it out as an example. Just walk in there. She's fantastic. The Mash Monkeys Brewing Company and the No Name Sports Bar and Periodola Brewing Company. But they were nominated years ago. So with COVID, we didn't go in the restaurants and check them up. So our current volunteers are you. We have some locals that have been trained for this. So I think that we need to start with holding another training session because it's been a long time. And so there are two main tasks to this. And the first one is to recruit the new businesses, right? And then secret shop the businesses. So that's where we're at. We need to go back and check with our existing litter quitter businesses. The secret shop, are these still policies that they're doing? A lot of people relax, so they can become uncertified, but we would let them know. So the task one, recruit the new business. So like I said, you can be nominated already in the system, or you can nominate them yourself. I think we've spotlighted that where we want to start with is the waterfront. These are the businesses that have the most effect, that their litter is not only goes to their garbage in the landfill, but a lot of their litter ends up being blown into the water. So that's certainly where we agreed to focus on. And then there's the materials that are given, and they include, this is what Brevard does. This is something we'll want to go over. There's a rack card, a coaster, a table tent, poster, the window stickers, business cards, and here's some examples of some of these items. This is like a rack card. It's like a brochure size cardstock, two-sided, that just simplifies it, and that is what I handed out in front of you was what Jessica came up with. Is it has like the flow chart, and it's sort of like a replacement for the rack cards. This is the thing that's going to go in the front of their folder that we bring to them when we sell the program to them. It just summarizes the main points. And it's two-sided, so it's like you can check, like what are some things you're already doing, or what's something that's an easy goal to set. And then there's the coaster, and it's just a one-sided coaster that they do. It's the paper coasters. I think what they said is that's one of the most expensive parts. I don't know the exact cost, but then there's the table tents, and they're double-sided, so the same image is on one side and the other, and then they stand up on the tables. And then there's a poster, it's like 11 by 17, and we could, that's easy to do, and we could even give them a little frame, like a frame for it. And then there's the window sticker. which that's like the first thing you have to do. It's like a good sized window sticker that acknowledges them as a litter quitter business. We just have to have it fixed with our logo in it. And so, and then the next task is to follow up with the businesses. And that's, I forget which slides I blocked on there. It's actually like 60 slides. It's a whole training thing. So I just wanted to give you a good introduction. I think that, I mean, we could start with, I really think everyone needs a refresher. I mean, even me, when I was looking over the training notes, I was like, I felt like a lot of that stuff I'd forgotten about, the steps to going in the system and doing it, and I haven't gone in the system in 2 years, really 2 years. So what do you think about holding a new training event first?
Would that be something we do at a regular meeting, or would we set up like a workshop meeting for that?
You know what we did last time? We did it right before a regular meeting. I thought that was kind of neat. We just did it like the hour before, and then we knew it was like a half hour, and then we had a little break, and then we had our meeting. Does that sound like a good idea?
And will we be given access to this system so that we can make those entries?
Yep, yes. And those of you who have already trained, you should have been given access to the system, but I'm going to check on it and check with Keep Our Beautiful. Have you tried to log in there at all?
Been on their website. I wouldn't know what to log in with.
All right.
So
It's been so long, I can't remember.
I thought
I was refreshing, going through the materials today in the folder, and I saw the list of who trained. Who trained last time?
I did.
I know it's
Trained,
Ruth,
but I don't have
Nikki.
anything.
Yeah, I don't remember a login either.
So
I don't remember needing a, well, maybe we do. I mean,
To
again,
enter.
It's been a while, but
you can get in the website. It's entry into the system to say, I visited this location at this time.
Right.
Once you're doing.
And you can also pick up a work order. When someone nominates, there's a work order. You can pick up one of those and then go visit that restaurant. And then when something's due for recertification, it'll be a work order too. So you can pick up a work order, or you can do your own visit.
I'm curious if before we, schedule training sessions, I think we need to figure out, a lot of it is very Brevard based. And how are we making this, is Keep Indian River beautiful? Are they on top of things in order to kind of, handle things once we are starting to submit nominations?
They have the website. They're hosting it. The new leader, I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
But they have the website set up. We have the link to it on our website. So we take people straight there. And it has like where you can log in and stuff on there. So they're already hosting that part of it. They already arranged that. I assume so, but I'm one of the person that notifies when someone does that stuff too. So I can also help disperse it. But that's getting a hold of Keep Indian River Beautiful, and they don't have a facility to visit anymore is difficult.
Yeah, and I get that, and I want to make sure
You're
that
right.
we have a training that we're ready to go. Because I think
Right.
the last time when we had the training, now, there were many things outside of our control
Right.
that happened, but, having the rack card will be great, if we want a coaster, if we want a poster, having the signs ready to go so that they are printed and we can hand out.
And also, like, maybe some examples of the kinds of cups and things that they could get.
I have that.
Okay.
I do.
Because that's important for them to visualize.
I reached out and got sample boxes of them right when we first started it. I reached out to some of these companies and asked for, and they'll send them to you. It's really neat with a whole invoice list and like the cost and it's really nice. So I have them from a few different places. So
what I noted was that website had listings from whatever you were showing, the map and everything was 2018. Like nothing has been really refreshed on their website, to my
Keep Brevard
opinion.
Beautiful.
Yes. And we were going to get updated price listing from Don's. Have you been able to get them?
Yeah, we have an updated price list. Dr. Carey worked on that right at the time, right when COVID started. He got that to me, so we have that list to go in the folder.
So right when COVID started, I'm going to tell you the price of lots of things have changed.
Yeah.
I would like to say, can we get a current 2022 update on that list? So appreciate the work that he did, but I think
Well, it has
today's
the links
pricing-
to it, so it's easy to go and update, so.
Okay, but somebody still has to do that legwork, right? And to Nikki's point of getting the materials ready to go, so that, like, if there's a coaster or a window sticker that is made with our Sebastian logo on it, do we already have an order ready to be placed to order these things, or are they already here? Like, what's the status of everything that is Sebastian and we're handing out here in this county? Do we have it ready to go and print, or do we need to design?
Right. Well, Curb was supposed to be designing the sticker to put our logo in. Again, I need to get a hold of the new head of Curb. I really, they didn't come to Earth Day, so I can't tell you.
I know you have a lot on your plate. Is there anything that I can do to make calls or help out to
If
chase
someone would like to
something down?
reach out and make a Curb contact, I have the best luck through Facebook Messenger to Curb, so I know, random, but I haven't had luck lately. We just want to make sure that they're still committed. They still have the website up. They still have volunteers, and if we held an event, we want to partner with them and have their volunteers trained for it too. And then, yeah, they were going to do the stickers. The thing is, we do have a little budget left over on the Earth Day budget that we can easily use for some of these things. So, of the things we discussed, what are the things that we think will work good for our businesses? I personally feel like the table tents aren't great because half the tables are outside of the restaurants that we most want to hook
And
up,
they
so-
have tiny little tables now. They
Yeah,
don't-
yeah, I don't think they're interested in that.
I think some of the posters will help. I think part of our goal is educational, so that we can, as the clients come into the restaurant, they're faced literally with a sign that explains, hey, we're participating in this, and the coasters, having them available would be huge. I was curious about press releases, so I know we're joining in with other folks, but
I did a press release before, and it was covered, it was actually in TC Palm about Litter Quitter. The first time we rolled it out, but then, yeah, the bomb fell out of everything at that time, but,
are we able to use Sebastian daily? They don't charge me if
I would resend the same press release, say that we're doing a relaunch. Just once I clarify that we have our partners in line. So one is the partners in line, materials, and then a training event.
And I think that press release will go far. Restaurants, if you're on the Sebastian Daily, at least I've noticed they've been promoting, like, hey, this is the best restaurant for something, right? And so people might be looking at that. So if the restaurants are looking at it and they come across and go, hey, we're now going, every restaurant is going to be approached and they're going to be asked to do these things. It might help in advance of going there that they get that press release once you clear it with the other.
Yeah. Also, I'll send you the contacts for Curb, Ruth, and would someone like to volunteer to contact Chamber of Commerce?
I'm happy to do
Sure.
it too.
Yeah, Charles? I think you've done some work with them before, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And,
That was one of our activities on our sustainable Sebastian plan for
Right.
item 1 was to go and have that event.
Mhm.
And I think that would be another early thing to do
Yeah, that's-
concurrently.
that's right up there with Curb, is who are our partners in this? And I think, that's not something that they utilize in Brevard, but that's something that I think will be a good partnership for us in Sebastian, so.
And I just happened to talk to the new chairperson for Curb here in Indian River, for Keep Indian River Beautiful. And I can't remember his name because I just met him briefly, but he seemed very motivated.
Oh, yeah.
When I'd
They're
spoken to
busy,
him.
that's what I'm saying. He's just
Yeah.
super busy. They have a lot going on.
So they do want to be part of the team, based
I
on what I
definitely
spoke
do
to
not
him.
mean to say that he doesn't care and he doesn't return my calls. They're if you follow them on Facebook, you'll see they're always doing something. They always have something going on.
Are there any additional comments on what we're talking about here? Of course, it's the Litter Quitter program relaunch. Thank Kim for the recap for everything. We look forward to taking the new class so we can get back up to task on it. And I look forward to getting hold of Chamber of Commerce and whatever other businesses we can get on board. If there's no other comments, we'll move on to item 8, old business. Do we have any old business? No? Okay. That's a good thing, actually. And if not, we'll move on to item 9, member matters. And we can start down here with Dr. Mosley. You have member matters? Tom?
I've got nothing.
Ruth?
As you know, I'm an avid bicycler. And one thing that I'm hoping on the corner of Sebastian Boulevard and Route 1, there's a business that's under construction. I think the gas station there. So the sidewalk's closed as you're biking eastbound on Sebastian Boulevard. There's a nice bike lane. The sidewalk's gone because of the construction. The bike lane ends, and then a bike lane mysteriously, as you're crossing over the railroad tracks, and people are flying by there, they now have a designated bike lane between the right turn lane and the center lane. And somehow I'm supposed to safely meander across that little ridge while traffic's coming over, not seeing you, and be in the bike lane. I'm hoping that as we finish that construction, there'll be a better transition for bikers who are on the side, like the shoulder of the road, and now suddenly they switch over a full lane.
I think the railroad, they raised it a lot.
Yes,
And I think that's made a big impact on that.
it has made a big impact, and I look at my safety and go, it's just a matter of time of someone maybe.
I will bring it to the city engineer's attention.
Is that a recommendation for me to go do that, or are you volunteering?
I'll let them know. They're probably aware, but I'm going to bring it up.
I appreciate that.
It's something we don't know until we're out. That's why we say these walking tours are important in bike riding. Like doing these audits, I call them walking audits. Walking audits are important. There's a lot of things we don't realize driving around. We're not going to realize until you're on that bike lane, you're not going to realize how bad that is. It's like sidewalks look fine until you're in a wheelchair on them, and then you realize there's a lot of problems with those sidewalks. I mean, we redid that path around Riverview Park, and it was like totally changed how wheelchairs, the accessibility of that park, which doesn't feel like much to most of us walking around, but I'm told that if you're in a wheelchair, you know a big difference in redoing that path. So things like that are important. There's actually a site AARP hosts it, called Walking Audits, and actually have a checklist. And it's something that as we work on the green infrastructure plan, we really wanted to do, like where we divide up the area, divide up the city, and everybody kind of does their own area, where we walk the sidewalks and the bike lanes, and we find out where the spots are that we need to connect and stuff. So that's very helpful.
And for our next business meeting, are we able to kind of look at where we are in our sustainable Sebastian plan and know we keep working on what might be the next likely thing? And I was hoping it might be
Sure,
these
the one
walking
that's
audits.
online right now, if you go on Sustainable Sebastian, the one that's on there was just updated like a month ago. So that is very current. So if you want to see an update for each item, like the most recent thing that's happened with each of them, you can pull it off our website.
So I have been looking there, and I see that it is updated, so thank you. I really love our website. I
I love how easy it is to update. Honestly, as soon as I make a change, I'm like, post it. It's so easy.
I guess my main request is for us as a group to look at it and decide what is the most logical priority to work on next. That's all.
Thank you, Ruth. Donna?
No, I have nothing.
Jessica, do you have anything online? You there?
No, thank you. I'm excited to keep moving forward with the letter of quitter and appreciate everybody's help.
And Jessica, the reference sheet that you made, I handed it out to everyone today to review. And I think that's what we're going to use in place of those other cards that Brevard used. I think that sheet is more useful.
Awesome. I'm glad that's going to work.
And
Thank
Jessica and
you.
I are working on the folders that you would hand to the businesses. That's something that we're putting those materials in there.
Would you be able to update the bottom of our sheet to more accurately reflect what specifically we are doing? Like if we mention a press release, if we mention, whatever the items are, I agree that they're items. I just would, where we can be more specific, that would be helpful.
At the bottom part of that?
Yes. Under the part that says a litter quitter window sticker, it continues on the list, but,
And I messed up, when I printed it out, the formatting got messed up. That actually, those words aren't over the logo, just so you know. Some of the formatting got askew. Sorry about that, Jessica. But I'm looking at one that's not like that. So.
Do you have anything additional, Ruth? Donna? Okay. Well, I guess that just leaves me here, because all you guys are my friends here, and we've been on this journey now for over 5 years. I am an announced candidate for Jim Hill's seat, and it's just an extension, a continuation of service that I would like to provide. I'm not looking to lose. I'm not looking to win. I'm not looking to run against anybody. I'm looking to work with everybody. Regardless of who wins, but I wanted to let you guys know because it sounds like some people have heard some things. There is still a process. It has, I'm announced because I do have paperwork on file, and then you got to get actually approved through the whole process. So still got a couple of months of work, and you guys know that I'm not perfect at what I'm doing, so that's why I did it a little early. But I want to let you guys know, as my friends, I appreciate your support. I'm going to continue working as best I can for Sebastian on whatever board I'm on, but for now I'm on the Natural Resource Board, and I'll continue on it regardless, win, lose, or draw, and continue serving in the best capacity that Sebastian sees fit for me. And other than that, I've also been reminded that we have to stay on agenda. If it's not on our agenda, I have to bring it to point as chairperson to bring us back to agenda and to stay on the agenda. So I have been reminded of that and was asked to bring that up. Other than that, I know...
There are some changes that are happening to the, I don't know if you saw the last city council meeting. So there are some changes that are happening to all the board agendas. It's just a new thing from council. But anyway, none of those changes are going to take effect until one of the charter officers comes here and does a presentation and discusses them with us. So you won't see any of those changes just like overnight. So all the changes were part of they were on the last agenda, but it was a first reading. So it's not crazy changes, just letting you know. But those changes won't happen on the agenda until then.
And we'll still conduct ourselves the way free Americans do. If you have something on your mind, feel free to bring it up. You just will have to suffer the consequences later. So
that's really not our plan.
Right, I know, I understand.
We're just going to
stick to the agenda. And other than that, that's about all I really have. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. We'll move on to item 10, staff matters. Does Janet have anything that she needs to bring up? Anybody back in the back? Anything? Kim, do you have anything?
No.
And thanks for all your work too, by the way, Miss Egler. I mean, you've, I think we've all really come a long way, but I'd really have to give you your props. You really do a good job. And if there's no other staff matters, we'll move on to item 11, items for next agenda. Do you have anything on that, Kim?
Starts with the Tulip Grant scope of work. So we'll be going over that Tulip Grant. That'll be a presentation by Felicia. We'll do a letter quarter update on our contacts. I will get an email to everyone this week with some tasks assigned, who was going to contact who, with the contacts for those. So, and then next, Sustainable Sebastian priorities. We'll do like a top 3, with letter quarter being up there, right?
Excellent, sounds great. Sticking to the agenda, we will have a motion for adjournment.
A motion for adjournment.
Can I get a second?
I second.
That will adjourn our meeting. A motion to say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.